What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another down and dirty how-to with bugs. For this one, we're going to be going over the Corsair, and we're going to be doing the cold start with her. So I'm going to show you guys what controls you need to have mapped, how to get her started and running, and warming up. So, without any further ado, let's jump in and let's get right down to it. Alright, so you guys see we're in a cold and dark Corsair on the Marianas map. So let's jump into the controls that you guys are going to need mapped. So the first thing is your basic axis commands. So let's jump into here. So we're going to want our gear brake left and right. And then we're going to want our rudders. The other ones we're going to need are going to be our mixture, our prop governor handle, so that's your propeller RPM, and then we're going to have our pitch and our roll. The other two that we're going to need are our supercharger and throttle. So with the Corsair, I have found, especially for you guys that have in a higher end, I guess you can call it, HOTAS setup, this might apply to the entry level ones just as well. You might want to set a few curves to your pitch, roll, and rudder axis. It will make flying the Corsair just a little bit easier. Just an FYI, so what I have set for my pitch, roll, and rudder are a positive 25. So let's jump into here really quick. So you can see the tune that I have is I have 25 positive for that. So it makes it a lot more friendly to fly it, especially when it comes to turning and maneuvering the Corsair. So just keep that in mind. But again, this is a how-to with a cold start. The other controls we're going to need are going to be on the all but axis commands, and that's going to be our wing unlock, our wing spread, our wing fold, and our wing lock. The other ones are starter, our starter cover, open and close, our ignition switch, our magnets, our magnetos, for however you guys are used to calling them, our battery, and our fuel pump. If there's anything else that I left out, I will touch on that during the starter procedure, but that should give you guys, actually, hold on before I forget, our fuel selector. That is an important one. So we're going to want those, otherwise you're not going to get very far if you don't have your fuel selected. And then helpful ones will be the cowl flaps, your intercooler, and your oil cooler. They're not really helpful. They are kind of a necessity for the startup. especially with the radial engine, you want to keep it cool because you do not have any sort of water cooling with it. So just keep that in mind. Magnitude 3 did an awesome job with the Corsair on modeling how the engine actually works. So for you Thunderbolt pilots out there, so far, the Corsair is a lot different. I thought it was going to be a little bit similar. No, it is not. And I also do want to give a huge, huge thank you to a follower of the channel, the subscriber, and I've actually flown with him before, Super Wabbit. He gave me a crash course with the Corsair, and I picked up on it rather quickly. So I cannot complain about that. Again, a huge thank you. Because of you, this video is possible, so I do not forget where I came from. And I look forward to much more learning from you and teaching you what I know just as well. So, without any further ado, those are the controls that we're going to need set. Let's jump into the cockpit, let's unpause, and let's get the Corsair started up and ready for takeoff. Okay guys, here we go. So what we're going to want to do, we are cold and dark. So you can unfold your wings, you can do the cowl flaps, or you can do the oil and intercooler flaps. However, you only have enough hydraulic pressure to do one of the three tasks. Just keep that in mind. Normally, what I'll do is I will keep it as is until we get the engine turned over. The only thing that I would do on a normal for myself would be I'll open the cowl flaps a little bit just to keep the cooling going, but by the time you get everything started up and the engine turning, it's not that big of a deal. So we're going to do that. There's our cowl flaps just a little bit. All right, guys, here we go. Let's go battery on, fuel pump on, starter uncovered. 3 clicks on the magnetos, or your magnets. Just give your controls a quick wipeout. Make sure you're good to go. Your throttle, your joystick, your rudders, your supercharger, and your RPM and your mixture. Let's put the parking brakes on so we don't have to worry about holding them. Nice and easy. Alright, so we got mags, battery, fuel pumps are set, cowl flaps are open. Okay. Fuel reserve. So the reserve is going to be our second. We're going to use that for startup. And then before you take off, you switch over to your main tank. So we are in reserve. Primer, 7 to 10 seconds. Crack the throttle an inch or two, and here comes the biggest haha point. Hold the starter and I'll walk you through it. Here we go. Starter, watch your RPM. auto lean. As soon as you get above 500 RPMs, go into auto lean. Now she's running. You gotta hold that starter button. Do not let go of it. Keep holding it until it comes up. It might take a few tries, but you will get it. After the engine's running, unlock your wings and wing spread. Make sure your tail wheel is unlocked for your taxi. So here comes haha part 2. I don't know if you guys can hear that alarm, but let me close the canopy really quick. Okay, you guys hear that buzzing in the background? So that's our wing lock alarm. So what we're going to want to do is lock the wings after we spread them. And now the alarm is silent. Now from here, what we're going to do is you're going to uncage your directional gyro, uncage your SAI. Let's open our oil cooler and intercooler flaps about a third of the way. Make sure your cowl flaps are open a little bit. We're going to want to watch our cylinder head temperature over here. And we're going to want to watch our oil temperature over here. Once the cylinder head temperature gets to 1500 degrees Celsius, we are safe to taxi. If, depending on your loadout, is your flap setting, if you're slick like we are right now, 10 degrees flaps, it'll be fine. Come down to your trim directional. That's our rudder trim. We'll set that to 7 degrees right. And then we'll set our elevator trim to about 7 degrees nose down. That'll give you guys a pretty good steady feeling of it going straight down the runway. So now we just have to wait for the Corsair to warm up, and after that you guys are off and flying. I really hope you guys found that helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for more. A big thanks to Super Wabbit for helping me out with the Corsair. Much appreciated. If I can get a YouTube link for his channel, if he has one, I will most certainly post that for you guys to show him some love. And until the next sortie, strap in, arm up the seat, and keep flying.